Come on. Shalom, Israel. This is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the amazing Commander General YAHANNA. Precinct Officer Rum, holding it down for Precinct Officer YAHANNA. I want to start off today and to show y'all that the Most High is a racist. He's just because he created everything. A lot of people say, well, the Lord made everything. The Lord made this, the Lord made that. He's supposed to love everything. Well, just like you, the Most High has his favorites. You know what I'm saying? He has his picks. Just like when you make a batch of cookies, you make 2 dozen cookies. That first dozen come out, and then the second dozen come out, and you look at them, you like, okay, I'm gonna keep these for myself, and I'm gonna just give these away. I'm gonna sell these. The same way with the Most High. The Most High has a favorite everything. He has a favorite bird. He has a favorite flower. He has a favorite sin. And of course, he has a favorite people. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. And I'm gonna show y'all how we are set apart. You know what I'm saying? As far as us being chosen by the Most High, man. Ready? Read it.
Come, sir. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord. What? A holy people.
All right, keep in mind, holy means separate. Read it again.
Come, sir. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
So we are a holy people unto the Most High God, a separate people unto the Most High God. Read.
Come. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Like I said, he picked us to be a special people, a chosen people unto himself. Just like I just said about those cookies. You chose that first batch for yourself.
Right.
You're going to sit at home and sit on your recliner and get you a cold glass of milk and eat them yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The rest, hey, y'all can have at it. You know what I'm saying? Anything else on that?
Come, sir. Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
See, that's a clear distinction right there, man. Above all people. So there is a hierarchy of people, man, when we talking about the Most High. You know, the U.S. Constitution, it says that all men are created equal, right? Well, as far as us, Black, Hispanic, and Native American, we wasn't a part of that people, man. We was the slaves. We was the trucks. We were the plows. We were the bulldozers. We was doing the work. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't even have a position to vote. Like, it took, I think it called it 3/5. Like, we was like 3/5 of a man. It took 3 of us to equal 1 man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And this chapter right here, with verse right here, is saying that we are a special people, a chosen people, and above all people on the face of the earth. You know what I'm saying? So that you got that apocrypha, huh?
Come,
We'll just take this one because I already got it ready. You know, a lot of people like to say, well, we come from the same people. We come from Adam and Eve. So how are we separate, or how are we, you know, why is it a greater people and a lesser people? Because the Most High says so.
All right.
So read what you got. It's 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 54.
come, sir. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest, Lord.
Salaki, I don't think that's on.
Text 1.
Yeah, go ahead.
And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures.
He made us Lord of all creatures. So that means he was set on this earth to be have dominion over everything on this earth. And that's the lineage that we come from. Okay, keep reading.
Come. Of him come we all.
Like you said, oh, don't we all come from Adam? Don't we all come from Eve? True, yeah, we do. But keep reading.
Come. And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
So that means, yeah, we all come from Adam, but that first batch of cookies came from that batch too. Came from the same batch of dough. Keep reading.
Come. Verse 55. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
He made us the world for our sakes. You know what I'm saying? Like he created everything for us to enjoy. You know what I'm saying? You know, when your mama buy you that basketball goal for your front yard, or buy you that bike, it's for you to enjoy. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you might have friends over come play basketball or whatever, but she gonna tell you, hey, don't let nobody ride that bike though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But this world was created for our sakes, for us to enjoy it. Keep reading.
Come. Verse 56. As for the other people,
As for those other people,
which also come of Adam,
right?
thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle.
They are what?
Nothing.
But we all come from Adam, right? They are what?
Nothing.
Keep reading.
Come. But be like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
Unto spittle, man. Y'all know what spittle is? Like when I'm talking, there probably be a little spit that could fly out my mouth. You know what I'm saying? I ain't worried about that little drop of spit. You know what I'm saying? Or you know, like if you pouring some sugar into a container from the bag, and them couple of grains and put them back in the and put them back in the container, you're gonna spray the counter down and wipe it with the rest of the trash.
Right.
You understand? Now read that again.
Come, sir. This is verse 56. As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
See, that's showing that the Most High don't give a damn about the rest of the things that he created. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, he has a favorite in everything. Give me Psalms 147, verse 19 and 20. Of course, he made everything, man. But it's Psalms 147, 19 and 20. Right. You know, he created everything, but he has his favorites, man. Like, it's no different from you. You know, you got your favorite pair of jeans.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You have a favorite pair of shoes that you like to wear when you want to get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Women, y'all got y'all favorite pair of heels. You got your favorite scarf you want to wear to class. You understand? So you ready?
Come, sir.
Read it.
This is Psalms 147, verse 19.
Now, hold on, slide. Now, this is how he's going to separate us. You know what I'm saying? He's going to give us the game. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna let everybody know, okay, these my people right here.
He showeth his word unto Jacob.
He showed his what?
His word unto Jacob.
What that mean? You know?
It's like, so I would say that means he gave him Jacob the truth, or the laws, and the commandments, and the statutes.
Right. Keep reading.
Come.
And that is the nation that we're a part of. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So that means he gave his laws, statutes, and commandments to a certain people. He didn't give it to nobody else. That's why it's when you see a homosexual of another nation, like they so comfortable around their people to where it's natural for them because they don't see it, they can't see it. If you wasn't given to instructions on how to do something, how can you be faulted for messing it up? You know what I'm saying? Read that again.
Come, sir. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
Any more on that?
Come, sir. Verse 20. He have not dealt so with any nation.
Like I said, he haven't dealt with any other nation other than us. You know what I'm saying? Like when you was a kid, you was outside playing, or even when your cousin was over, and your mom say, be in the house at a certain time, on the beat your butt. All the kids out there heard it. You know what I'm saying? So when those street lights say gang, and the best football game or the best basketball game in the neighborhood can ever be played, the game is on the line. Gang. You better not play another play. You know what I'm saying? You better not play another play now. Now what you gonna do? Mama, the other kids, I wasn't talking to other kids when I told you to be your butt inside this house.
Right.
Before you suffer the repercussions. Right. Now I'm gonna beat your butt because you didn't adhere to my instructions on who he gave these laws to. It just explained it right here in Psalms 147th chapter. But give me Leviticus chapter 26 and 46. Because we as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans gotta understand that we can't do what every other nation do. We have guidelines, we have instructions that we have to adhere to, man, before we suffer the consequences that we've been suffering since time. You understand? So you got that?
Come, sir. This is Leviticus, which the Lord made between him and the children of Israel.
Children of who?
Israel.
Children of who?
Israel.
Children of Moab.
Israel.
Children of Hamites.
Israel.
Keep reading.
Come. In Mount Sinai by the hand of Moses.
Now, everybody knows when you read Exodus or you watch that movie, the Ten Commandments, who got led out of Egypt? Israel, the Israelites. Or what they say in those movies, the Hebrews. So, Moabites out there slaving. It wasn't no Hamites out there. Matter of fact, the Hamites are the ones that had us in captivity. You understand? You know what I'm saying? And keep reading. No, read it again. I'm sorry.
Come, sir. These are the statutes and judgments and laws which the Lord made between him and the children of Israel in Mount Sinai by the hand of Moses.
Come. Right. So these laws and statutes and commandments, man, they were only given to a certain group of people, man, and that's us. And every time that we break those instructions, we the ones that get punished.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Give me Romans 9 and 4. Matter of fact, start at verse 3. Read. Romans 9.
Come. This is the book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 4. Who are Israelites?
Start at 3.
Come, verse 3. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ for my brethren.
Now, this for everybody that don't know, this is Paul talking. Paul is saying his brethren can live pretty much. Keep reading.
Come, my kinsmen according to the flesh.
According to the flesh. So that means you can't be a converted Israelite. It's by blood only. It's by kinship. You know what I'm saying? So when we say blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans, like you can't just because you move to China, that don't mean you Chinese. Just because they got black people in Russia, but they don't mean that they are Russians. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Come, verse 4. Who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption, and the glory, and the covenants. And the
covenants from back in the Old Testament.
And the giving of the law.
And the giving of the law. Which means, again, we were only given this. No other nation was given this, man. So when we get punished for things, it's not nobody else's fault. It's not no other nation's fault but ours. You know what I'm saying? Read that one more time, and that'll be my time. We'll bring Preaching Officer YAHANNA.
Come, sir. This is Romans chapter 9, verse 3. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ for my brethren, my kinsmen according to the flesh, who are Israelites.
Who are Ammonites.
Who are Israelites.
Who are Moabites.
Who are Israelites.
Who are Amalekites.
Who are Israelites.
Go ahead.
To whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of God and the promises.
All right, now when it's talking about the adoption, it's not talking about every other nation being grafted into this promise and this salvation, man. It's talking about those nations that God severed himself from the nation of Israel. Right. We had the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. You know what I'm saying? So he's adopting those nations back into the fold. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean that a Hamite can be adopted in. No, he's talking about the people that he severed himself and brought back. You know what I'm saying? That's my time. Most High in Christ, man. Give Officer Rom another hand, man. Most High in Christ. Excellent preaching, man. Appreciate you for holding it down. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to it. Somebody check on, I need y'all to see if there's any questions. Tilted is a computer screen. All right, Most High in Christ. Make sure y'all check both pages too, because I got the fan page up and running as well. All right. You know, y'all already know we're gonna get into it today, man. It's a lot of stuff going on. It's a glorious time in Israel right now, man. First of all, SHALAM is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West on 125th Street out of Hollywood. Let's take care of that feedback. If good. Yeah. Good night, brother. That sounds like the Mariah Carey hitting that high. Now, I just seen the video. I know I ain't the only one that's seen this video, man. I'm talking about, man. And one thing, you know, I don't like to get sidebarred, you know what I'm saying? But you know, first let me do the greeting again one more time before I get sidetracked. SHALAM is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West on 125th Street out of Harlem, New York, under Commander General YAHANNA, Preaching Officer YAHANNA, and this is the I.S.U.P.K Houston Wednesday Law class, man. But yeah, man, back to what I was saying about, you know, how that microphone just sounded. I seen the video, and keep in mind, I grew up, you know, actually, you know, I like this Mariah Carey, you know what I'm saying, when I was growing up, you know. She is a sister, you understand, and, you know, she can sing. But the video that I saw, I mean, it sounded worse than that mic feedback. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, we're gonna have to try to limit that, if we could. Let's see, I'm trying to get this out of my way so that won't happen no more. All right. Are there any questions in the room? Any questions? I know y'all don't know the Bible, so we ain't gonna even sit here and pretend. Because I don't know all the Bible. You understand? So, you know, now unless y'all do know the Bible, y'all can let me know. You got a question, Sid? Go ahead.
Yes. When speaking about adoption, why do people like bring up the adoption in the Bible? Like a lot of Christians bring up adoption in the Bible as for referring like adopting like orphans, like kids that like don't have parents.
Okay, so I mean, so okay, so some Christians, they bring up, you talking about in Romans, where it talks about in the adoption and the giving of the law and stuff like that, what the brother just brought out.
Yes, sir.
So they use that scripture to try to compare that with adoption as far as like adopting kids. Like I may not be understanding the question fully. So if you could expound just a little bit so I can get a full understanding.
But, okay, so
Mm-hmm.
like I said,
It's okay, take your time.
what would be the true meaning of adoption in the Bible that we just read about? I mean, does adoption in the Bible like come up frequently in the Bible?
Okay, that's a good question. All right, so we can actually see how many times adoption come up in the Bible. Thanks to the Blue Letter Bible app that I have. Let's find that out real quick. Do anyone of y'all have the Blue Letter Bible app? Type in adoption and see how many times, it'll show you how many times it show up. Okay, so now as far as the question, is the adoption of the Bible had the same meaning? Is that what you're asking?
Does it have the same meaning as like how people to
Okay.
is in like
Right, I got you. Okay, do me a favor, also, Ron, give me adoption as far as the definition on Google, and give me that precept, Romans, I believe it's Romans, the adoption of the covenants, I think it's Romans 3. Okay. So now with these Christians, because one thing you gotta understand, Christians are so, you know, Christians got some problems. You understand? And they try to use everything they try to compare everything and try to twist everything. You know, most Christians, I can't say all of them. You know, you get high and be like, well, yeah, the adoption, you know what I'm saying? The Bible is the same thing, and I adopted this and did it and the kids. And, you know, they don't know what the hell they be talking about half the time. You understand? But the word adoption, according to Google, what's that definition?
It says, Google definition, the action or fact of legally taking another's child and bringing it up as one's own, or the fact of being adopted.
Is there another definition?
The action or fact of choosing to take up, follow, or use something.
Okay. So now, see how
Up as one's own.
So that's what the question was, is that the same adoption? So now adoption has multiple meanings. That first meaning of adoption is the adoption that you brought up, sis, where, you know, you get a child and, well, this is someone else's child, but I'm going to take this child and raise it up as my own. And now this is my child. I adopted this child legally. Like I went through a process and legally obtained this child. The adoption of the Bible, let's read Romans 9:4. Hold that a second definition for adoption, Ron.
It's the book of,
It's all good. No sweat. You might just have to. Is that the blue one or the orange one? Just push it all the way up. Sometimes it's all the way up.
come on, sir. There we go.
Yeah, no sweat. It got a little shortage in it.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 4. Who are Israelites? To whom pertaineth the adoption?
Go to verse 3 right quick.
Come on, this is verse 3. For I could wish that myself were cursed from Christ.
So now this is Paul talking right here. This is Paul saying this is the verse that the Christians try to use to try to compare the two adoptions. So makes sense of why they try to compare the two, but it's two totally different things. But I'm gonna tell you why. Keep reading.
Come, my kinsman according to the flesh.
According to the what?
The flesh.
Okay, so now Paul is saying, read from the top again.
Come. Verse 3, for I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ.
So now Paul is saying, hey, look, he's talking about his relationship to Christ, but not according to, some paperwork. You understand? You understand, sis? He's not comparing, he's not saying this is, Christ is, keep reading.
Come, sir. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ for my brethren.
He said, my brethren. He ain't saying because of some paperwork, some legal document. You see what I'm saying? Like the definition we read for the first definition of adoption is legally obtaining a child through, a legal situation and raising it up as my own. He said, I wish that myself were accursed from Christ, my what?
Brethren.
You understand? My brother. This is blood. You understand? This ain't no paperwork. Keep going.
My kinsman.
My kinsman. This is my kinfolk. You understand? Now all kinfolk ain't your kinfolk, but this my brother. This is my kinfolk. Go ahead.
Come. Oh,
blood. Bone of my bone. You understand what I'm saying? Not no paperwork. So Christians are trying to use this and say, well, I could be adopted into being an Israelite just like you can adopt a baby, and now this baby is your own. But there's a legal process in which you do that with a child. You can't do that being adopted into an Israelite. When he's talking about, keep reading.
Come. Verse 4. Who are Israelites?
Who are what? This ain't no, we just saw a kid struggling. We decided to bring him in, and now we raise him up, and now he's my brother. No, this is according to the flesh. Keep reading.
Come. To whom pertaineth the adoption.
So now, who pertaineth the adoption? In this instance, read that second definition again. Wrong. So who pertaineth the adoption, which is
the action or fact of choosing to take up, follow, or use something.
Okay, so now so when it says who pertaineth the adoption, so now in this instance, it wasn't a choice. Well, it was a choice, but it was a choice that, okay, how can I put it? God said it, the Most High said, this is what it's gonna be, and it was like, I ain't finna turn it down. You know what I mean? It's no different from the birthright given to Jacob. It's no different, like, the Lord promised Abraham and his seed. You know what I'm saying? This promise. You think Abraham gonna be like, well, I don't know.
The action or fact of choosing to take up.
He chose to take that. You know what I'm saying? The Lord gave him that he told promises going to you. And what did Abraham do? He chose to take it up. Okay, you know what I'm saying? The water, sir. You understand? That's how that adoption pertains to Israelites, because it was given to Abraham and his seed. Keep going. Read that definition some more.
Choosing to take up, follow, or use something.
Use. He chose to use that. That the Lord gave him. Look at it as a. I don't want to use this because I don't even really watch Dragon Ball Z, but I'm trying to compare it to what we can understand. Okay, like that's like you in a fight. You watch Dragon Ball Z?
I've seen it.
You seen it? Yeah, you probably like me. I don't really watch it, but I know some stuff of it. So let's say Goku in the middle of a fight, and who's over Goku? Anybody know him? Like who go? Nobody. Take this. This is gonna, you're gonna be powered up, and you're gonna win this fight. So he give him the sensu bean. So now Gohan is not finna. Hey, if you could give me a napkin up there. Gohan is not gonna turn it down. He know this is gonna help. My father gave me this to help me win this battle. You understand? So I'm not gonna turn this down. He chose to adopt that sensu bean. So just like Abraham chose to adopt that promise, you understand? Like he chose, hey, look, you want to give it to me, Lord? The Lord chose us to be a special people to him. The Lord chose us to be a special people to him. Damn allergies. I ain't got no coronavirus, you know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't got to worry about that. But hey, y'all already, the Lord is with the I.S.U.P.K. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
so the Lord chose us to be a special people. Why wouldn't you want to adopt that?
Right.
Why wouldn't you want to be a part of the winning team? You know what I'm saying? So that's all Paul is making to let it be known. Look, read that verse again, verse 4.
Come, sir. Who are Israel?
Who are Israel? I'm proud to be an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? I wish that myself were accursed from Christ, who's my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites. This is my blood. You understand? Like he's putting it out there and he's making it known. Look, no other nation got these promises. Go ahead.
So like I said, like as a whole nation.
Right. Well, okay. So the word, we gotta be careful with the word. So now we adopted the promises, right? Meaning we Israelites by blood. But the Lord, by us being Israelites by blood, the Lord gave us those promises, and we took that. So, like you said, right? Who wouldn't want to be an Israelite? Like the Lord say, you an Israelite, you His people. Who wouldn't want to be that?
Right.
Go ahead.
But I could also see how the oppressor has also manipulated the fact of how he twisted adoption. You know, our meaning of adoption and twisted it into something. It's so heavy now, adoption, because a lot of people think, oh, there's a lot of kids in the system and whatnot. And it's like the main ones that are adopting are people that are not of our nation. Like, you know, that, and if it's just kind of like it's a brainwash thing that goes on, like from taking the kids from, you know, homes and then setting them with the oppressor.
So I kind of knew, like, of course, as a priest and prophet, it's not hard to see things. So I know I knew it was something that you were getting to. So now, if maybe either you were adopted or you were looking into adoption or you've been researching it to where you found out these certain dynamics, like more, is it more of our people being adopted to the oppressor, or just kids in general, that the kids that are being adopted are more heathen? Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out, like, where, like.
Well, see, because, like, for me, I know I grew up, I'm not gonna lie, like, I grew up in the system. Okay. And, you know, it was a lot of people that, you know, a lot of kids, especially, like, me and my family.
Right.
But as it's like a lot of backlash and a lot of, like, twisting and manipulation and stuff, and a lot of ugly things that came with it. So it's kind of like heavy because it's like our kids are growing up in the system that are Israelites, you know, or are struggling because they don't know who they are. You know, and the oppressive, you know, they create from their families and then become a part of something else that's really not them.
You know what, sis? That's heavy. Give her a hand, man. That's heavy. And you know what's so heavy about that is you're absolutely right. And it's no different from Christianity. It's no different from them putting the drugs in the community. It's no different from them putting us in certain communities, like locking a dog up in a cage and expecting the dog not to piss and poop in the cage, when this is where you expect the dog not to piss and poop where he lays his head, but he's stuck in this spot where he has no choice. And then you persecute the dog for doing it. So what you're saying is so heavy. They create this system where they have Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans growing up in the system. They get put in homes that are not their people, they're oppressors. And these oppressors are pretty much brainwashing them on who to love and who they are, and making them say, oh, God loves everyone. And we took you in. You shouldn't hate us. You should love us. We took you in, but really, in all reality, the Lord says, okay, so now let me get this straight. So now, I'm not saying this is your situation, but let me paint a scenario where an Israelite child grew up in a foster home. And this foster home they had white parents, let's say. They grew up this whole time with white parents. There may have been another kid in the home where this kid was a white kid or a sister. They don't know, with white parents.
Right.
They don't, and they know they've been adopted, but they don't see no wrong. No, hey, wrong. Check this out. They don't see no wrong in hating the oppressor, right? Now, I want to put the disclaimer out that it's not that we hate the white man, the system that, I was just watching a video with a sister. Sister was 21 years old. And it's like a little docu-series or whatever, like a 20-minute segment. The young sister, she says she's 21, and it's like she was dealing with rape, molestation. The girl got raped at 5 years old. She got raped again at 7 years old. It's like she was in and out of different foster homes, and she was being raped to the point of, like, it was horrible. You understand? Just the thought of it, just talking about it, the thought of it again. That's what the white man created, that system, right?
Right.
Now, like she said, not every single home she went into was bad.
Right.
But it's like rolling the dice. You don't know what home you're going to. You don't know what type of people you're going, being housed to. But, you know what I'm saying? That's not, no secret here. But I will also say this. The Most High. Now, what I'm gonna say right now is real. Yeah, I want y'all to be right. He also say he created evil and good. He's the creator of both.
Right.
So you remember the parable about the blind man being born from birth? Well, not the parable, but the situation in Matthew where Christ was speaking about the blind man being blind from his birth. Okay, well, that blind man was born blind so that the Lord be made manifest to him, so that Christ can heal him and everybody can see that that's the Lord. The Lord is with him, right? But it's a twofold thing where that kid could have been born, that man could have been born blind from birth because either he sinned in his past life,
Right.
or his parents did some sin, right? So let's say a situation happened to where we live in right now, and we don't get our life together. And I've actually had a conversation with a brother about this topic. It's real heavy. Let's say we don't get our life together in this. Let's say we decide to just absolutely disregard the truth and just live a wicked life and don't care about nothing. Like once you were no matter what happened before you were introduced to the truth, once the truth came to you, and you say, "Man, that ain't the truth," y'all worship a God so your God gonna crack the sky open. He gonna come back with the angels on. He gonna really, you mocking us. You see us on the street corners. You talk about how we look like Power Rangers. You do all these things. You decide to keep living your wicked life. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. If something happened to you in this life, you gotta come back if Christ ain't returned, right? Well, either way it go, the regeneration gonna still happen. So let's say Christ ain't returned. You gotta come back. And when you come back, it might not be so pleasant. You might end up like that young lady that they went through foster home, being raped, molested. You understand? It could be worse. It could be to the point where you blind, deaf, I don't know the word, mute, where you can't talk, you can't really scream for help. You can't cry out to no one. And you just being passed around like you just some type of stuffed animal. You know what I mean? It could be that bad. I ain't gonna go into detail because it's really graphic, but y'all understand the point, right? So I don't know what happened with that young lady, what her past life, or what to where she came up in a life where she just going through it like that. A captain or something know what we've been through, but we've all been through some horrible things, right? Now, where we are today. We're sitting in the I.S.U.P.K classroom, soaking up this truth, soaking up this knowledge, sacrificing our change. So that way we don't have to go through that again. Our kids don't have to go through that. You understand what I'm saying? Because our kids can be punished through us too. Because we ain't making the right decision. And what you said about that foster thing was so important that yes, the white man is the devil, but we also need to make sure we raised up. You understand what I'm saying? We got to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. Because I'm telling you right now, the Most High not playing with us. You understand? And that's why it's even more so important. The fact that we bringing out this is more so the reason why we should go hard for this truth. It's more so the reason why we shouldn't. The point is, especially nowadays, the prophecies are being fulfilled as we speak. We see it happening. There's still gonna be some people that's gonna say, "Oh, I don't believe in this. This ain't really," And Lord be with them if they Black, Hispanic, Native Americans. Lord be with them because we in a time right now where we see those of us that are here. We see that this is the truth. We see that the Bible is real. We see that the Lord is real, and He's not playing. So it's either what you're gonna do. It's either you're gonna get with it or you're gonna face punishment. You understand? And I just wanted to put that on everybody's mind because, including myself, this type of stuff gets me motivated every day to say, okay, I'm not sinning no more. This ain't gonna happen. I gotta get right. You know what I'm saying? I gotta come in. I gotta wake my people up. I gotta, I gotta do what I gotta do. You understand? Go hard for this truth. And that's just something that I wanted to put on everybody's mind because what the system and other is, taking something that's pretty much given to you, accepting something like, I'm gonna adopt that. No different from, let's say you like a song. Now, you know what I mean? So it's like that. But don't let Christians. We all know Christians don't know what they don't know what God they serve. They don't know what they're doing. So we all know Christians don't know what they're doing. Next time you need to let them know. Listen, you need to get in class. Come to 7701 Belford and get in class because you have no idea what you're talking about. You understand? So I hope that answers your question on the adoption. And whatever happened, as far as in the system that you went through, it's okay now because whatever happened led you to the truth. Right. So no matter how much the devil that the oppressor is, you now know that they're the devil, and that's the most important thing. To the flesh, your kinsmen, you understand, according to the flesh. So that's the same thing Paul was saying in Romans. All right, so we good on that?
Yes, sir.
All right, is there any more questions in the room? No more questions. So y'all know the Bible. I figured you ain't got no questions.
I got questions.
I know you got some questions.
I'm just trying to bring them out, sir.
No sweat. All right, check online for me, somebody, Ron, if you could. Yeah, no, you right. Hey, yeah, whatever he said, do it. All right. Is there anything online? No sweat. Yeah, man. We gotta, and then also we being raped and being given to people that's gonna brainwash them. You understand? Do we have any questions online? All right, most I'm correct.
On Facebook, I'm checking using that.
Okay, no sweat. Okay, most I'm crazy. All right. You got to get the YAHANNA?
Live.
Okay, no sweat. So we're going to go ahead and get into the lesson. Man, actually, that is good. It's a good segue point into the lesson because of what I wanted to bring out. I'm actually going to go over that parable. Give me Matthew chapter 25. We're going to start at verse 1. And I also want to bring out, I'm just probably going to go over two chapters today, two precepts. One in Revelation and one in Matthew. So Matthew 25 and then Revelation 21. All right. Let me see which one. Go ahead.
Salakia, if I may, sir.
Make sure you turn the mic on.
Salakia, if I may, sir. I was told that in Isaiah 20:18, when it talked about precept upon precept, that there is at least 3 precepts, but every scripture, because of how it's written. So, like,
I would have
wanted some clarification.
I would verify that. I can call Cap, verify that, and get that answer to you, but I'm not necessarily sure about that because, but okay, let me ask you this. How am I trying to ask it? Is there first of all, who told you that? It was a Christian or?
Officer in schools.
Okay, for every precept, I do know that. You understand? That's why the scripture says precept upon precept. That's how you're supposed to teach the Bible. That's how you learn the Bible. It always is a precept, and usually the precepts is, most of the time, the precept is found right in the same chapter. Sometimes a few lines below, sometimes a few lines up. Sometimes you have to go all the way. If you read in verse 22, sometimes you have to go all the way to verse 1 to get context and get the precept. You understand? So, I can't really, I don't know the answer to this as far as how many it is per precept, but I can't say that, I can't verify there's more than one.
Okay. So I was wondering if there's a precept for this scripture.
If there's a precept for this precept, it's in the same, read it.
Come. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 28, verse 10. For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept.
Go up a verse.
Come, verse 9. Whom shall he teach knowledge?
Mm-hmm.
And
scriptures. Go ahead.
Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast.
So that's who needs to learn scripture. You have to be born again. You have to be a baby in this. You're gonna be a baby in this truth. When you first come into the truth, you need to understand that you don't know nothing. You stupid. I'm stupid. I don't know nothing. I didn't know nothing. You understand? And I still don't. I'm still learning. I'm a baby in this truth still. I got some teeth now, you know what I mean? But I'm still a baby. When I first got in the truth, I didn't have any teeth. I didn't know what I was doing. You understand? So I had to be taught. And how I was taught was based off, milk scriptures. The color of Christ, who Christ died for. The Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans are our brothers. Make sure y'all get some more chairs out here. Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. What verse? Read. Make sure what verse
10.
So this is verse 10. Go ahead.
For precept must be upon precept. Precept upon precept.
So it repeated. So that's how you know that this is we know that this is a Bible for Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans because just like our parents repeat themselves to us because we hard-headed. Guess what? The Bible repeat itself. Go ahead.
Line upon line, line upon line.
So again, repeat itself again. We still in the same verse? Okay, so precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, meaning it can be either, precept is other, and that's your precept, right? Then it says line upon line. So sometimes the precept is right below, right under. You understand? Go ahead.
Here a little and there a little. Verse 11. For with stammering lips and another tongue will he speak to his people. Right.
Okay. So now, the precept for this, I'm gonna have to get back with you on that because I'm not gonna. You already know how we do in the I.S.U.P.K. We're not gonna go out and lean on our own understanding and teach something we don't know. I can get that for you. I'm pretty sure it's probably multiple. You understand what I'm saying? Because throughout the Bible, it's gonna you could use written aforetime because this is all about teaching our people how to learn. Now, because this is what so you looking for a precept is more simple than that.
Well, basically,
I just said it earlier.
It's written for
right? That's the precept to that. But what is this scripture talking about? It's for what?
Understanding doctrine.
How to learn and how to teach. For a new person that's coming into the truth, you learn how to drink from milk like a baby. You learn how to drink milk from a bottle, and then as you start, getting teeth, then you can start to learn. So again, a precept for that would be what was written aforetime is for our learning. It's all based off of how to learn the scriptures and how to teach the scriptures. You see what I'm saying? But I'm serious. That's just a precept off the top of my head that pertains to learning scriptures. I'm pretty sure there's multiple scriptures in the Bible for this precept.
Okay.
All right. Is that it? Any other questions? Any questions? Sisters just came in, no questions? I know, come on, it gotta be some questions. I know y'all done learned a whole bunch of stuff in Christianity that y'all wanna we could talk about. See, in Chris, I'm gonna tell you something. Don't be afraid to ask questions, because going into the Christian church, they tell you don't question. You can't question the word of the Lord. You can't do this in Christian church. Excuse me, pastor. Can you can't do that in the Christian church, because he's gonna be like, put your hand down, boy. You're questioning the Lord. Well, guess what? Here you can ask all your questions, and you can get them answered. If you don't get them answered today, I can have an answer for you next week. But you can get all your questions answered here at the I.S.U.P.K. You have something else? Go ahead.
It's like if I may.
So don't be afraid to ask questions.
So I understand that Esau will be cut off forever. Basically, the white man will be cut off forever.
They gotta be.
But through regeneration, I was told that you come back as your tribe.
Mm-hmm.
So are they never gonna regenerate?
I mean, what does cut off forever mean?
Cut off forever.
Ooh.
So,
but I mean, of course, there'll be a time period before that happens. They're gonna have to serve out this. Like, is it Romans? Is it 13? Give me he that leadeth in captivity.
13.
Yeah, get that from me. They gotta go. I mean, thus said the Lord. You understand? And before that happens, they gotta serve out their punishment, because they deserve it. I mean, let's just understand what they've done to us. You know what I mean? As a people, that's why it disgusts me to see our people mingling and mixing with those people. Like, how can you mix and mingle with the oppressor when the oppressor has done nothing but harm our people? Revelation 13:9. Right. So, just some of the atrocious things that they've done. We go over this all the time. Of course, we all do this. They used to cut the babies out the mother's stomach while she's pregnant. The baby fall to the ground. They would stomp on the baby's head. They would take the strongest man out of the group on the plantation. They would take him before the whole plantation, right? Before all the other slaves, before their own family, and rape them. You understand? They would take him and rape him in front of his kids, his wife, and all the other men of the plantation. They would sit there and rape him, like publicly, in front of everybody, so that they can see him being emasculated. You understand? Now he was the strongest of the camp. Now he was the voice of the other slaves, not so much no more. You understand? It's called buck breaking. That's what they used to do to us. They used to take an example of me. You understand? And if that didn't work, of course, they're just going to kill you. Just remove the weakest link. They had the same strategy then as they do now. What you had something? Don't sound crazy.
Child support.
Child support. Give me more specifically.
Kicking a father out of the house.
Getting the black man out the home. You understand? But now, instead of doing it physically, now they can come in that household and do whatever they want to. Anything can happen in that household because there's no strong man in the home. Go ahead.
Yes, like I said, I was gonna say I got that.
If it's a strong man now, and this is not saying that this man has to be physically in the home every day, but guess what? His presence is known in that home, even if he's not there. You understand? Like, I know for the house of YAHANNA that's my household and spoil my goods. You understand? Ain't no burglar, ain't nobody finna rob my household, because they know, guess what? Prey on the weak. That's why they go after the older women, or the women with children, or the real young women, or something like that, or elderly, because they want to pray. They want an easy ticket. So guess what? If it's a strong man in that home, you can't just go into a strong man house and spoil his goods. What does spoil mean? When it's in this instance, it says spoil his goods. What is that talking about? Anybody? Go ahead, Julie. Take his goods, yes, but by way of what? Give him a hand. Give him a hand. That's how you spoil. That's how you spoil someone's goods. You take it by force. That's spoiling. It's like the spoils of war. Life is about war. Israelites have always been about warfare, right? So we conquer another nation. Guess what? After you conquered the nation, what's left? Because it ain't no more fighters. It ain't no more warriors left. What's left over? So raise your hand. Go ahead.
Like I said, I made the spoils of war.
But what are the spoils?
the cattle, the women,
the children.
riches, the treasures.
You understand, right? So now I can spoil these good. Now I can take, these are the spoils of war. I've conquered this nation. Hey, the women gotta have somewhere to be. They need, now they need men because we just killed them all. So now I'm gonna take his goods. You understand? So Junior was absolutely right with that. So keep reading. The only way you're gonna be able to go into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, you have to bind him. And how do you bind him? We just said it. Child support, or removing, calling the police on him, removing him out the home, or you understand, succumbing to welfare where now you don't care about the man being at home because now you're getting support from, gotta go, I need this, I need that. You understand? Now, that's not to say you can't get welfare, but let's be wise. Okay, you can get the welfare, but guess what? My man gonna still be here. He ain't gonna be here when you do these inspections though, but he's still gonna be here. So hey, they're coming. All right, I'm going. I'll be back. When they're gone, they're gone. I'm back. You understand? And you can still get the benefits. You had somebody raising their hand. Go ahead.
Like, if I may, sir, they bind them with Christianity too, mentally, to make them think we need to love everybody.
That is extremely, extremely correct. Give him a hand. Christianity is another form of, probably the strongest form of binding. Because guess what? Christianity makes our men effeminate.
Right.
It makes them not men anymore. So, once you emasculate him, once you make him feminine, it's easy to go into his house and spoil his goods then. He don't care. He's acting like a woman. You understand? And another, what's another way that, go ahead.
It's like, if I may, sir, homosexuality.
Say that again.
It's like, sir, if I may, the smoking of the marijuana.
Not just smoking of the marijuana,
getting high.
Getting high. You understand what I'm saying? That's another way to be bind, because now you're not in the right state of mind to even be able to focus on what's going on. Like, give me crafty counsel. I might not even get to let what time is it? We might be here tonight. This might be a long one. Most High in Christ. Give me crafty counsel. See, first of all, we all know smoking is unlawful. Getting high is a tool that also the oppressor would use to get us distracted. You can't be vigilant. You can't be aware. You can't be on note if you're high. I know when I was high, I don't know. I'm too busy either laughing or I don't know what the hell going on. I'm just, I'm not into it. I don't care. I don't take really nothing. I can't really take it serious. You understand? But they have way worse drugs out there than marijuana. You got crack, you got meth, you got heroin, you understand? You got all these different drugs out here that will have you completely distracted on what you need to be doing. What you had, sis?
So like if I mentioned, like you just mentioned how people they put for the strongest man to get high, and then the strongest man brings that into the household. Not only will he get high, but also his rib is going to be getting high. The parents are going to be getting. The leaders.
The oppressor put the drugs in the neighborhood, right? Give us the drugs, get our parents, right? And then it's a generational thing. They get high, the kids see them smoking, they're like, well, they smoke. What's this? Then they go to school, peer pressure, like, well, I see my parents doing this. It must be cool. They do it, now they're getting high. And it's a cycle. Now you can't take care of the kids. When you high, how you gonna really, like, how can you really truly, and I'm gonna use myself as an example, right? It's not high. I'm not gonna say I didn't care. I cared about the well-being of my child, but I was so high that I couldn't really focus on being a parent like I wanted to be. I still did the essential needs, right? I fed them, I changed them, you know what I mean? Like, I did what I was supposed to do as far as this story before, but I'm gonna tell it for this purpose. She used to cry, and she over there now. But she used to cry, and I used to wonder, why was she crying? I just fed you. I just changed your diaper. I checked your diaper, but I know she was full, so I'm wondering why is she crying. So she used to cry. I just used to sit her in a little bassinet or her little car seat and let her cry. And I'm getting high, you understand? And I didn't understand that my child needed to be loved. You understand? I knew she had 8. I thought that was, so I'm taking care of my child. I'm feeding her. I'm changing her diaper. I ain't abusing her. I'm not doing nothing. Like, while I'm getting high, I'm not looking at it as, I ain't doing nothing wrong with her. I'm not, but I was neglecting her. And I wasn't neglecting her by not giving her what she needed. Well, I was, but I gave her what she needed as far as the essential things, but I didn't give her. And one day, and this is why there's a lot of things that got me to quit doing drugs, but this is what got me to really quit doing drugs. Like, it was some things happened with my health that made me say, you know what, I can't do this no more. But that don't stop. Let's be honest. Do that really stop addicts? That really don't stop addicts, right? It temporarily stopped me, but I still had those cravings. But what made me say, you know what, I'm never doing this again, is the fact that I reflected back on that time why, and this happened multiple times. I reflected on those times why I've seen my child just crying, and I couldn't give her that affection because I'm too busy getting high. Now, right now, look at her. You understand? Now look at the father I am now. So I said that to say this: getting high is not. I was doing it to get away from my problems, but it was creating more problems, even worse problems that I'm trying to run away from. So the only cure from the problems that we went through is following the Lord. Right. It's the only cure. Coming into the I.S.U.P.K and commanding General YAHANNA. That's the thing that saved me and my family and my children, most high Christ. You understand? That's the only solution. You understand? Because if it wasn't for the I.S.U.P.K, I probably would be back getting high again. I probably would be back neglecting my children, and ain't no telling where I would be. I'd probably be dead somewhere in jail, ain't no telling. So that's the only solution. Did anybody have something they wanted to? I thought I seen a hand earlier. I don't know. Go ahead.
Sir. I'm still holding those 2 precepts for you too.
Get that. What I get sidetracked. Y'all gotta keep me
I got that Revelation and I got Psalm 83.
Revelation. Give me Revelation first.
Okay. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear,
he that have an ear, he that have opportunity to understand what's going on, please take heed. Go ahead.
Verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
So now the oppressor has led us into captivity, and not only the oppressor, but other nations as well. But the oppressor has led us into captivity, and one of the worst captivities, of course, going through what we've been through the transatlantic slave trade. And we still are in captivity. You understand? Right. They can still tell us stay at home. You got a stay at home order. You understand? You can't go leave the house. You in captivity. You still got to pay a light bill. You still got to pay rent. You in captivity. Until you don't have to do that no more, then you still in captivity. So he that leadeth into captivity, who is the leader in captivity on this earth? Go ahead, Julian, give him the mic.
Most High?
No, who is the leader of captivity? Who's the devil that the Bible speaks of? Give him a hand. Right. See, sometimes you gotta, what I'm saying? That's how kids, you gotta let, they got that in memory. You gotta, So that's who is the leader of the captivity. That's who the leader on the earth of captivity. So he that leadeth into captivity shall what?
Go into captivity.
So just like they led us into captivity and put us through slavery, they got to go through slavery as well. They have to serve out their punishment. And it's going to be such a good day when we have white slaves. I'm telling you, I'm going to have Lord willing, you understand? Lord willing in the kingdom, I'm have a couple of, I'm probably have one per yard, because I'm probably have a couple of houses, big houses too, the big yard, front and back. And they be biting the grass until it's all done. I don't care how long it takes them. You understand? It's going to be a beautiful thing to have them serve out their captivity. We got to stop. One thing we got to do is stop having compassion for those who, we need to have compassion for our people. Right. And the compassion for our people should make us, we would think like, dang, I love my people. Look what they did to my people. I hate them for what they did to my people. That's how the Lord look at it. So that's what I'm telling you. It's not a thing of hate. It's look at what you've done. I love my people so much that it hurts me to think about them.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
No, they should be killed with the sword.
Must be killed with the sword.
He that killeth with the sword, which is the oppressor. All they do is they were murderers from the beginning. That's what the Bible says. You understand? He was a murderer from the beginning. What did Cain do to Abel? He killed him. You understand? Now Cain wasn't an Edomite. But the Lord he had that same spirit on him. And the Lord cursed him and put that red skin on him because of that. You understand? So they were a murderer from the beginning. You understand? Go ahead. That's it, right?
Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
That's what we waiting on. Native Americans, knowing what we went through, knowing that they're gonna suffer the same fate and even worse, because they gotta go through it worse than they gotta get double or triple the recompense that they've done to us, right? So that's the day that we have patience for. That's why we must endure to the end, because if we don't endure to the end, how are we gonna be able to rejoice in that day? How are we gonna be able to say, okay, I can give you a couple slaves now? You understand? We're not getting ourselves right with the Lord. I mean, don't you want, like this earth right here, this world is temporary. This is the white man kingdom, if you haven't noticed by now. We're not in our kingdom. This is what we're going through right here is temporary. So do you want to live abundantly in this temporary kingdom, or do you want to live graciously and abundantly in our kingdom that's everlasting? Which one do you want to choose? Because I'm choosing the everlasting. Ain't nobody, even the rich is going through coronavirus right now. So who really living good in this temporary kingdom? Well, guess what? In the Lord, and I'm really going to my lesson when I say this, but the scriptures say we shall suffer no more. You understand? In our kingdom, we ain't gonna be having to worry about no coronavirus. Why? The Lord is sending the coronavirus on the earth for the other nations, the heathens, because of the things that they're doing to his people. You understand? We ain't gonna have to worry about that in our kingdom now. Are we gonna be punished for the things that we do in the kingdom? God, you will still be punished. There will still be, sin is still a thing in the kingdom. But if you sin in the kingdom, Christ will be here then. Ain't no more, oh, you got grace. Ain't no more, I died for you, so now you have time to get yourself together before I chop off your head. Ain't none of that in the kingdom, because Christ will be there. So all these things that we do now that we think we getting away with, and I can do this because Christ ain't here yet. Christians ain't gonna be able to do those things, because Christ's gonna be right there, bring hither. You understand? And bring my sword. And that is off with your head. And you'll come back way later. You'll be back some other time, but you're gonna be dead then. You understand? So, because think about it. Do you really think that they deserve, do you even want them to be what? Look at what we're going through right now. The scriptures say the earth will mourning. The earth is mourning right now. The trees can't even bear fruit like they want to. Animals are going extinct. You understand? Because the wicked is in rulership. So if we wipe off the wicked, then now the earth will flourish. Now the people, they're gonna find a way, even in our kingdom. If we let them in our kingdom, they will find a way to put their foot on our neck. So do you really want them in our kingdom? So it gotta go. So anybody had any questions on that? What's the other precept?
Crafty counsel.
Get that. This is with the drugs and stuff. The crafty counsel that they take, not only the drugs, but also the wealth, getting in our woman's ear.
To go along with what you're saying, it's so much heavier than that, because even just watching TV, a lot of people are raising their kids with iPads and the TV, but they're not knowing where the thoughts that's coming into their head is coming from. Mm-hmm. They binding them up before you even realize that they've been being binded. They looking at, they showing all the nations. Even if you watch Avengers, you see 10 Edomites and 1 Israelite saving the day. So now you naturally thinking, there's only one of us that can help. Or they the ones making everything happen out here.
Well, the white man is the real superhero.
So exactly.
Right. I understand. So now that's why, and it's nothing wrong with watching Avengers and nothing, of course. But getting this truth, you understand what I'm saying? Because now they want, like you said, that's crafty counsel. But if you know the truth, if you know they're taking crafty counsel on you, now you can be a step ahead of the game. Oh, I see what you're trying to do. It ain't gonna work here. You still got the itch to do that. Don't be going to listen to song. Don't go listen to Young Jeezy if you know you were selling dope in the hood. And you got an itch for selling dope to your people. Don't go listen to the trap king of music. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I would tell you this. You get strong in this truth, you can listen to whatever, except gospel music. Don't listen to that ever again. That listen, when I hear it, it makes me cringe. You understand? But gospel music is, I'm gonna tell you how I was told. Gospel music is too influential, right? It's influential because of the type of music it is, right? It's moving. So you listen to it, you'll be right. You listen to it enough, you'll be right back in the Christian church. And we all know how wicked the Christian church is.
Right.
What is the Christian church doing now? What are they doing now? We can stay at home, or the doors of the church are closed, not open. You know how at the end the doors of the church are open? Not right now, but their cash apps are open. Their PayPals are open, but the doors of the church are closed. But the I.S.U.P.K is open. Go ahead, sis.
Like if I may say,
Mhm.
instead of listening to gospel music, we should listen to the I.S.U.P.K music.
Right.
Give her a hand. Most High in Christ. That's what you should listen to. You understand? You want to listen to some music that's talking about the Lord and, you know, the warfare and, you know, stuff that's coming to listen to the I.S.U.P.K music. But also, there's nothing wrong with listening to, you know, R&B, rap, whatever you want to listen to. Just know that you shouldn't let it be a stumbling block to you. If you are, you know, someone who's weak in that area, don't go listening to music. If you used to be a prostitute, don't go listen to Hot Girl Summer. You understand? If you used to be a whore, don't go listen to that. Don't let that influence you, because it could. You understand? That's the point. So, read what you got.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden one.
So they have taken crafty counsel. They'll get in a woman ill. They'll, you know, get the man out the home. Now he locked up in jail in the system. And guess what? It's a revolving door. The woman is going to blame him for being in woo, but you ain't really, you're not helping the situation. The oppressor is doing whatever it can to take crafty counsel against us. Us knowing that, we should do everything we can to fight against it. We should do everything we can to get that black man back in the home. We should do everything we can to get the black man to stop selling the drugs, to get the black woman to stop selling the drugs and doing the drugs. You understand what I'm saying? To stop being whores and prostitutes, for the men to stop going to buy prostitutes and being whoremongers. It really starts with the men. When it comes down to women being whores, it really starts with us. We got to stop being whoremongers. If we stop being whoremongers, then they won't be whores no more. If we stop this, we say, no, sis, you got a man, or you sleeping with a guy. I'm not can't mess with you while you sleeping with him. Guess what? She got to get it from somewhere. If she can't get it from everybody that's telling her, no, you got to do, she going to get it from. Huh? Who? Her man. You understand? If she go, if she's trying to, hey, get him off the counter. Your partner, get him off the counter. If she sleep with you, you got a man. Guess what? Who do she has no choice but to sleep with who? Her man. And she ain't no whore no more. You understand? So, and half the time they do it out of spite. So we gotta build that strong relationship in our homes again, you understand? And we have to, it starts by getting the truth. It starts by changing who we are as people individually, and then become who we need to become for the Lord. You understand? All right, so keep reading. Is there some more on that? That's it.
Well, verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
That's what they're doing. That's the whole point of them doing this crafty counsel for. They want to stop us from being a nation. They're trying to divide us. They are using the I.S.U.P.K. The truth has been in the earth since 1969. Now they're having a pretty hard time dividing us, because now we're starting to wake up and understand, look, we are better together. You understand? All this one deep, that's not the way to be. We have a whole nation, and we need to be thinking selfless, not selfish. We need to be selfless. We need to start thinking, okay, what can I do for my nation? What can I do for my brother? What can I do for my sister? What can we do for each other? You understand? And that's how we're going to build this nation. You had something online or something wrong?
Yeah.
All right, no sweat. Well, I'm about to, is there any more questions? Are we good on that? Everybody good on that? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and, what time is it? I'm going to go ahead and go to the lesson. I'm not going to be able to pull both chapters like I wanted to. I might save that for next week. But let's go ahead and get that parable in Matthew. Because as y'all know, we are in a time right now, let's see. We're in a time right now where y'all see what's going on. I mean, if you sit here and deny that the I.S.U.P.K. is the home of the truth now, then you just don't want. I mean, you just have your mind made up that, you know, hey, I'm just not destined to be this. This is not, the truth is not for me, because we can. I mean, are we all in agreement that with in light of really not just the current events. Really, the Bible's been prophesied since 1969, and prophecy's been coming true. But us in this room today can agree upon the things that the I.S.U.P.K been saying is coming to pass. Can we not?
Right.
Right. So with that being said, those that don't want to, pay attention and open their eyes, or he that don't have an ear, that don't want to take heed to the things that's going on, then it ain't, what more can you do? We ain't here to force nobody. We just here to cry aloud. We are those trumpets that are sounding right now. When it talks about the trumpet sounding, the priests and prophets of the Lord are those trumpets. And we're sounding the alarm right now. We're telling our people right now what needs to be done. We're telling our people right now that this play is over. It's time to get serious. And this coronavirus, this is just the beginning of sorrows. That's what the Bible says. The Bible says this is just the beginning of sorrows. There's gonna be, they say the earthquake nation gonna rise up again. Nation, there's war going on right now. You understand? Don't nobody want to deal with Chinese. White people don't want to deal with Chinese people right now. You understand? So with that being said, nation are against nation right now. It says earthquakes gonna be in diverse places. We've been having earthquakes for the past 2 months all over the place, hitting like crazy. At the same time, Puerto Rico was hit with a crazy earthquake, like what was that, a month ago? Just like last week, Utah, California, you understand what I'm saying? Hitting with earthquakes, pestilences, coronavirus. Now they got a whole new, I just seen something, it's a whole new virus now, HAPNA, whatever the hell it was. Yeah, now I think this is just transmitted from rats, like from human consumption. I don't think it's transferred by human to human, at least now, for now. But that's crazy that coronavirus is hitting China. Now a whole nother virus is coming out, and it's way worse from what I heard. Like the symptoms are way, it's probably like your last stages of it's bad. I don't even want to, the prophets of the Lord is prophesying. You can get some of the sisters if you what all you got? Some pasta. We're gonna try to prepare some food. Give my dog. Help her. Do whatever she needs. It's some food that brother. Give him a hand for that. Most High in Christ. Get a troubadour, y'all. Brought some food for y'all to eat. You understand? For us to eat. Most High in Christ for that. You understand? So we're gonna get that prepared while we bring out the lesson. All right. So now, the Lord say, he gonna bring pestilence upon this earth. That's what the coronavirus is. This is, and in wake of these things that's happening, we should all understand that these are the signs of the time. You understand? And it's time to get serious. It's time to, you understand? That's what we're here to do, and that's what. Give me Matthew, I think it's 25. Huh?
Okay.
Go ahead and start reading.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom.
Now, this is a parable I like to use pertaining to multiple wives. And unless you've been in my classes before, you would know that this is a parable that I like to use, because a lot of people say that it's only in the Old Testament where you can find multiple wives being lawful or whatever. Well, this is in the New Testament and from Christ himself. You understand? This is a parable that he said, read it again.
Come, sir. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 1.
Now, before you read right quick, there is no way Christ is going to even liken the kingdom to this if stuff off the Bible, right? Christ is our king. Christ was a perfect and a just man. You understand? He walked this earth and committed no sin. You understand? He was a perfect man and our Savior. Why would he liken this to the kingdom if it wasn't lawful?
Right.
Now, this lesson is not about multiple wives, but this is a parable. It's a twofold parable. But this parable is a parable. Like, read it again.
Come, sir. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins.
And they weren't even going to meet one man as if he was going to be with all of them. They went to just to be chose
That's another thing we need to bring out. This is real heavy because 10 women went to be chosen by this one man. You understand? So with that being said, by these 10 women being chosen, will buy on bread, will buy on apparel, just to be called by their name, so that man can take away their reproof. I'm paraphrasing it, but that's what Christ is likening the kingdom to. You understand? These 10 women is going to be chosen by this one man, so that they can get their reproof taken away. You understand? Now keep reading. So this is not, I just wanted to put that out there as a disclaimer. This is not talking, I'm not going into multiple wives with this lesson. This is talking about the kingdom. This is talking about us being prepared for the kingdom. This is talking about seeing the signs that's going on right now and not playing around. Get prepared, be ready. Don't get ready, be ready. You understand? This is what this is talking about. Go ahead.
Come, sir. Verse 2. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish.
Now you got some that's gonna be wise in these times. Those who are wise in these times are gonna recognize these signs, and they're gonna say, you know what, I need to get in class. The sister's gonna say, I need to go in and give me some head wraps. I need to find me some dresses and some nice modest apparel, and I need to come to 7701 Belfort or whatever I.S.U.P.K class is, I.S.U.P.K class is on the earth right now. I need to get in class online. If I can't make it physically, I need to get in class. That's what our sisters are gonna do. Our brothers are gonna say, I need to get in all black. You understand? Put me some black, lace my boots up, tuck my pants in my boots. You understand? Got to holler, I was a hobbynaut, give me a headpiece.
Right.
You understand what I'm supposed to do? That's what wise are gonna do. But guess what? 5 of them were wise and
5 were foolish.
now the foolish ones in these times are gonna say, man, look at them Power Rangers. They still at it. They still, the coronavirus going on. They still on them corners looking crazy. They talking that nonsense. They don't know what the hell they talking about. You understand? They believe they listening to old. You can put your foot on their neck and don't let up. Don't ever let nobody disrespect the school or Commander General YAHANNA. You understand? So they'll say that type of stuff, and they'll talk about us. They'll mock us and all these things. Guess what? Those are the ones that are foolish. Go ahead.
Come, sir. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them.
Those that were foolish, they wasn't prepared for the end to come. They would keep going on about their day like ain't nothing going on. They not getting right. They're not in class. They're not following the law, statutes, and commandments. They don't care. They feel like, hey, it's all good. I'm gonna be all right in the end. These fake Israelite groups that believe that they following the right doctrine when they don't believe in coming together as one body. You understand? Guess what? They feel like they're gonna have a chance at the end. But don't worry, let's keep reading.
Come, verse 4. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps.
The wise took oil with them. What did they do? What were they doing? Go ahead.
It's like, sir, if I may, they were prepared for what was to come.
They were making their election sure. It wasn't gonna sit here and take a chance like the foolish ones. The foolish ones are taking chances on their fake Israelite groups. The foolish ones are taking chances in the Christian church right now. They're taking a chance. You know what I'm saying? That's not my Jesus. You ain't gonna talk about they taking a chance. They're being foolish. They didn't take no oil, but the ones that are wise, the ones that are making their election sure, they took oil with them, extra oil, just to make sure that their light won't go out. They're gonna let their light shine. You understand? Go ahead.
Come, sir. Verse 5. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered.
Room is, he ain't here yet. He waiting on that. He waiting on that order. He waiting on that order to come through. You understand? He giving us a chance. We have a chance right now. Like right now, we are under grace. But are we gonna, are we gonna continue to sin that grace may abound? Are we? God forbid. You understand? Because guess what? We have to bring that extra oil. We have to make sure. We have to make our election sure. So not only are we going to not sin, we're also going to go hard for this truth and this nation. Keep going.
Come, sir. Verse 6. And at midnight there was a cry made.
At midnight there was a cry made. Go ahead.
Behold, the bridegroom cometh. Go ye out to meet him.
Go ye out to meet him. So now, like a thief in the night, the bridegroom came. You understand? Give me that precept where it says, for no man, for he coming like a thief in the night.
First Thessalonians 5:2.
Somebody get First Thessalonians 5:2.
Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night.
Say that how Christ is gonna come, like a thief in the night. You won't expect it. That's why you can't get prepared. You have to what?
Stay prepared.
Be prepared. You have to have that extra oil because you never know. It's gonna be a stay-at-home order, and these stores are gonna close. You ain't gonna be able to get no oil. You understand? You ain't gonna be able to get no flashlights and no guns, and all of these things are gonna be closed. They're gonna put us on a lockdown, right? And now it ain't nothing but essential businesses open. So now you can't get oil for your lamp. You have to have oil for your lamp. What did Commander General YAHANNA tell us to do just like 2 weeks ago? A week and a half ago, he told us to get 2 to 4 weeks of food. He told us to be prepared. And those who listened, those who were wise, listened and went out and got food. Those who are wise, listen to their camp leaders, listen to the men above them, said, okay, I'm gonna go out and get everything we need. We're gonna get the women prepared for this mentally. We're gonna go out, we're gonna, do what we need to do. And guess what? That's what we did in the I.S.U.P.K, the Commander General YAHANNA. Give Commander General YAHANNA a hand. He's our leader. He followed what the Lord told him to do. So now we prepared. So now this whole little stay-at-home thing ain't nothing. Now it's just like, we just gather time with the with the kids and making our families, great again. Well, we've been having them great, but we continue to make them great in the I.S.U.P.K since 1969. That's what we doing. We just having fun with the family now. We just quarantining, but we having fun. You understand? And we still doing the work of the Lord. Because guess what? While the church doors are closed, the I.S.U.P.K is open 24/7.
Right.
You understand? We ain't closing. And we ain't gonna close. You understand?
Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps.
So now all the virgins arose. So now all of them trimmed their lamps. So what happens when you trim a lamp? What are you doing when you trimming the lamp? Go ahead.
It's like a may, sir. That's when you're cutting off burning.
Right. So now the candles, what was burning, you had to go ahead and shave that off. So now you had this much at first. Now it's kind of you down to the bare minimum. Well, guess what? Keep reading.
Come, sir. Verse 8. And the foolish said unto the wise, give us of your oil, for our lamps are going out.
So now the ones that are, the ones that are foolish, ones in these, fake Israelite groups or in the Christian church, in the Muslim mosques, in the Christianity, wherever you are, those are saying to the ones that are in the truth, those of us that are wise, that have got ourselves prepared, now they say, well, give us what you have. So, our lamps are going out. We need whatever you got, because you gonna just let us hang, you gonna leave us hanging like that? You gonna do us like that? Well, guess what? Keep reading.
Come, sir. Verse 9. But the wise answered, saying, not so, lest there be not enough for us and you, but go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves.
Now, this is what we're gonna tell them. Now, we ain't gonna tell them that it ain't none available. We ain't gonna tell them that it ain't none available. We're gonna tell them, guess what? All right. No, well, we can't give you ours, because if we give you ours, then we ain't gonna have none. We gotta make sure we gonna have ours. We're gonna make sure our election is sure. But you can go out, they still got a couple of little bootleg spots where you can go and find them, and you can go and get you some oil. You understand? Go find them while you can. We can't give you our oil, because guess what? We need to make sure our election is sure. We trimmed our lamp, so our lamp's gonna go out too. So we're gonna put our little oil the extra oil we bought, we're gonna put that in our lamps now, so we can let it burn bright and strong again. You understand? And now yours is out, but just go ahead and go back. Remember, we told you to get some oil then. You didn't want to listen, so now you gotta go back to go get it.
Come on, sir. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut.
Read that one more time, Salah.
And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut.
So now, they went to go buy that oil that they should have bought it first. When I.S.U.P.K, the commander general, when the priests and prophets tell you, you need to get right with the Lord. You need to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. You need to get in class. Guess what? You should listen. Right now, you have a chance while the bridegroom is tarrying. We still right here telling you, we are that trumpet crying out loud. The priests and the prophets are telling you we're in a time right now that you need to get serious. You need to get in class. You need to get a flyer. You need to call the number on the flyer, and you need to get in the class, man. You need to get in the I.S.U.P.K and the Commander General YAHANNA, because this is the home of the truth. I.S.U.P.K is the home of the truth. So with that being said, why waste time? Now, if you know, anybody gonna force you to do nothing. You watching the class, but you don't wanna conform. You say, I don't know, it's a hard lifestyle to live. And multiple wives, man, it's just, I don't know how I can deal with that. No sweat, sis. You know, it's okay. You take your time. You have time. You know, go ahead and go buy you some oil. It's time. No sweat. You don't have to get in the truth today. You can give it some time. Maybe some more, but guess what? Now I'm telling you, okay, you ain't got to, oh, brother, you don't want to stop smoking the weed, brother? No sweat, brother. Maybe next year. Just you know, take your time and you understand, you know, come to class whenever you can. You ain't got to get in the truth. It's okay. You ain't got to pay your tithes to Commander General YAHANNA. You don't want to get, you need something to eat, sister? It's okay. No sweat, right? Okay, now a year passed. Guess what? Read that verse again. If you don't want to, you want to be a couch potato, it's okay. You don't have to come to class. But read that verse again.
Come. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came.
While they went to buy, the what?
The bridegroom came.
Are you taking your precious sweet time? Why you saying, oh man, I can't put down the weed? Why you saying, I don't know about that multiple wives?
Bridegroom came.
Christ is gonna come. You understand? Christ is gonna come like a thief in the night. We just read it in Thessalonians. You don't know when he's gonna come. It's gonna be like a thief in the night. You understand? It's gonna be while you are caught dead asleep. Not literally. This is meaning dead asleep. You know, we talk sleep is meaning you just not aware. You don't know what's going on. It just gonna happen out of nowhere. And while you out here taking your precious time to get in this truth, Christ is gonna come. Keep going.
Come, sir. And they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut.
Say that again.
And they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut.
Well, while you taking your precious sweet time, while you saying I can't, stop smoking the weed, while you saying, well, I can't deal with the multiple wives, while you saying I don't know about that coat, while you saying, oh man, I don't know, I can't follow another man. I can't follow orders. I'm used to being a kingpin on the street. While you taking your precious sweet time, guess what? Those of us in the I.S.U.P.K, the Commander General YAHANNA, that's living righteous, that's enduring to the end, that's what's gonna happen again? They that were ready.
And they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut.
When them chariots come down and Christ come down with the angels, guess what? Those of us that endure to the end, those of us who follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, not the ones that sitting there playing around, not the ones that sitting up here taking our precious sweet time to make a decision, not the ones that are putting off the truth, knowing that this is the truth. Those of us that are enduring to the end, that's sacrificing everything that we sacrifice for this truth, we are gonna go up on those chariots with Christ and the angels. And we're gonna get taken away from this place while the Lord rains down destruction and death to this place. You understand? We are gonna get saved. The scriptures say, he that endured to the end, the same shall be saved. What is being saved? What is salvation? Being saved from the destruction that's coming. Being saved from this oppression. Because I'm telling you now, we already read where it says, he that the Lord vengeance is the Lord. That's what the Bible says. You don't think the Lord is not gonna, you don't think he's gonna pay this earth back for the things that they've done to us? And guess what? He wants those of us that are his children to be safe. Now, not everybody gonna do it. And that's what the Bible says. I pray that that's not true. I pray that we can both provoke all Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. We can provoke the Lord to bring everybody in. You understand? I want everybody to get on them chariots. But guess what? This is why Christ is bringing out this parable. Some are going to be wise and some are going to be foolish. The ones that are wise, don't give all your oil away, because you need to make sure you're going to be trying to get somebody in the truth, go so hard to get somebody in the truth to where you're going to fall out the truth. You're going to go so hard to try to change somebody that you love to get in this truth, and guess what? You're going to fall out the truth. You don't want to do that. Then you're gonna do so much. Hey, look, go ahead and go get your own oil. That way we both can have oil. That way when the time comes, we both will be ready. And if that's not, we're gonna go onto those chariots. Keep going. And the door gonna get what?
Shut. The door was shut.
The door gonna get shut. And those who are taking their precious sweet time ain't gonna make it on the chariots. Keep reading.
Good. Afterward came also the other virgins saying, Lord, Lord, open to us.
Now everybody's gonna have a change of heart. What is your heart according to the Bible? Go ahead. Read, give it a mic.
It's your mind.
Your mind. Your mind is your heart according to the scriptures. So now everybody's gonna have a change of heart now. Those who are looking at us on the outside in, oh, you in the cold. Oh, this ain't the truth. Do this so I can know it's real. Guess what? When them chariots come, you're gonna know it's real, but it's gonna be too late. It's gonna be too late. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures say you should have a faith of a mustard seed. I'm paraphrasing, but you should have the faith of a mustard seed. That's your let me know it's real. That faith that you have, and faith, you have to put in the work. You understand? That's what faith without works is dead. Right. How do you know you got faith? Because you're going hard for this truth. You here, you in class. This is how we know you got faith, because you here. But those that are not here, guess what? It's gonna be too late. And what's gonna happen? Read verse 11 again.
Afterward came also the other virgins saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. Mm-hmm. But he answered and said, verily, I say unto you, I know you not.
No, y'all can come on in. It's all good.
I know you not.
No, you know what? Hey, I know you've been procrastinating all this time, and you've been taking your sweet, precious time, and I know they've been trying to get you in the truth for all this time, and you've been putting them off and saying, no, I ain't ready yet. I can't deal with the multiple wives. It's okay. I'm going to go ahead and open the door for you at the last moment and let you in, even though you ain't sacrificed as much as these people that's on the chariots right now. You didn't endure to the end. You didn't sacrifice. You didn't put your blood, sweat, and tears in the truth like they did. But I'm going to go ahead and let you in anyway. What it say?
Verily, I say unto you, I know you not.
Christ is going to say, I don't know you. Who are you? I know them that are on this chariot right now, because they made sacrifices in my name. They were persecuted for my name's sake. They endured to the end. You understand? They went through whatever they went through in life, and they still found a way to come back to the truth. What did Christ, give me the precept what Christ said, I am the way. Give me that precept real quick. These people, the Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans that come to the truth, you understand, that find the truth, that endure to the end, those are the ones I'm letting on the chariot. They found their way back to me.
It's the book of John, chapter 14, verse 6. Mm-hmm. Yahawashi saith unto him, I am the way.
Christ said, I am the way. We may go through things in life. We may went through foster care system. We may had parents that, abused us or was on drugs and went through what we went through and got on drugs ourselves and was being prostitutes, being whores, being whoremongers, selling dope, robbing, you understand, doing all of these things. But guess what? We found what? We found what?
I am the way.
We found the way. You understand? We found Christ. We found the way. We found what else?
The truth.
We found the truth. Where's the truth? I.S.U.P.K under Commander Jimmy YAHANNA since 1969. We found the way and we found the truth. No matter what we went through in life, we come from the same. Listen, that's what nobody can say. Nobody can say that, oh, nah, they ain't have what we. No, nobody that's living in the world right now can say those of us that's in the I.S.U.P.K are just here by mere, circumstances. Or not circumstances, but here because, we were given the truth from the beginning. No, we come from the same struggle. I know I do. This is a miracle. You can't say that I.S.U.P.K don't perform miracles like Christ did. Because it's a miracle that I'm here, doing what I'm doing, knowing where I come from. It's a miracle that I'm to sit me in front of y'all to teach y'all in this class from the men that taught me. You understand? This is a miracle. And I found the truth. I found the way. You understand? So there's no, what is our motto in the I.S.U.P.K?
No cowards.
And
No excuses.
there's no excuses. Those are that are on the outside that's taking their precious sweet time, that don't want to come into this truth, that want to wait till the last minute until they see the chariots for themselves. Guess what? Go back to verse 11 again. Verse 12.
Come, sir. But he answered and said, verily, I say unto you, I know you not.
Christ was going to say, I don't know you. You understand? That's what's going to happen. So while we crying aloud to you right now, while them trumpets are sounding, because the voice of the prophets are the trumpets. You know what I'm saying? Depending on the context. But I'm talking about like in 2nd Ezra chapter 6. Those are the trumpets that are being sounded right now. The voice of the prophets are telling you what you need to do. It'll be very wise, like these wise virgins, to hearken into the voice of the prophets and come find the way and the truth like they did, like we did. You understand? Let's build this nation up. Let's stop playing games. Keep reading.
Come, sir.
Play around like we just know. Oh, we got until April 23rd, 2030, and then Christ is gonna return. So we got all the way up until the end to do it. Are you gonna be the one that he's gonna put on those chariots, or are you gonna be the one that he says, I don't know you? Which one are you gonna be? Be one of the 5 wise virgins and make your election sure. You understand? The only way you're gonna do that is to repent. Follow the law, statutes, and commandments. You understand? You in class today, that's a start. Let's go home plate yet. I'm still coming around the corner. I'm trying to make it. Lord knows I don't run fast. You know what I mean? I got all this weight on me. I'm trying to lose it. I'm slow. You understand? But I'm coming around the corner. I'm trying to make it. We all are. But guess what? The only way we're going to continue to make it is if we continue doing the things we do to build this kingdom. Continue following these laws, statutes, and commandments. Continue to go hard for this truth and do it until the end. Don't let no little demon sidetrack you. Don't let no circumstances in life. You know what? I can't take it anymore. I can't do it. That's a demon. You have to fight those demons. If you need help, you can always call a priest and prophet of the Lord in I.S.U.P.K.
Right.
You give counsel. The doors of I told you the doors of the I.S.U.P.K are open 24/7. You can get the most righteous counsel that you've like. There's no other place on the earth that counsel in the I.S.U.P.K is unmatched by anybody. I mean, this is the place. You understand? Like no psychiatrist, no other men on the earth can give you better counsel in whatever situation you're going through. I don't care what it is. So you need counsel. You need to call him. The Lord is not playing with this earth. He sent the coronavirus to just shake up there. This ain't even the big shebang. This is just something small to shake the nations up, to make everybody. This is for the other nations to understand that this is the beginning of sorrows, and this is also for Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans to say, ooh-wee. Okay, now it's starting to get real. Like what Cardi B say, coronavirus is getting real. You understand? Like now it's time for us to say, okay, this is the real deal. Let's stop playing. These priests and prophets, I don't care how, you can say what you want about how we look. You can say what you want about how we talk. You can say what you want about what we stand for. But what you can't say is that we ain't telling the truth about what the Bible is saying.
Right.
We ain't telling the truth. You can't say that. You can say whatever you want about us. You can say, I don't like the multiple wives, but you can't say that what we are telling you is not the truth. That's one thing you can't deny. So with that, make sure y'all get yourself together, man. And those of us that's in this truth right now, that's in the school, let's be a light for those who are looking for something to follow. Let's be a light for those. Now is the time where we need to try to get all our people. Let's try to provoke the Lord to let all Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans in on that chariot. You understand? The only way we're gonna do that is like now is the time to come together. Now is not the time to be divided. We all got to come together, man, and we got to let our light shine. And the only way we're gonna do that is continue to come to class. Right now, your light is shining. You take this light and you take it out into the world. Guess what? If people are gonna see, okay, this is the truth. You can't be in class like this, but then outside of, she ain't, she don't open up her mouth with wisdom, and her tongue ain't the law of kindness. You understand? And here, y'all look so modest and so beautiful and covered up and just, I just want to say, Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans we are the most beautiful women. We have the most beautiful women on the face of the earth.
Right.
You understand? In their righteous state. When they being all, doing extra, I don't know. But in y'all most righteous state, y'all the most beautiful thing that ever walked this earth. And guess what? Y'all deserve to be treated like that, but the only way you're gonna get treated like that is if you continue to do it. You understand? Do it outside of here. Don't do it while you're here, because the Lord is watching. The angels are watching all the time. You understand? And they give a report back to the Most High. So make sure and men, it ain't just the sisters. You brothers, gird loins outside of class. Don't just be in here, you understand? And everywhere you go, let that light shine. You understand? Gird your loins, be warriors everywhere you go. You understand? That way people gonna come up to you and say, man, what you like? What's going on? How you gonna do that? You being weak in the world and being effeminate, gird your loins and show them, I'm a man of the Lord. I'm in the I.S.U.P.K, Commander Jimmy Hunter. This is different from what this military structure. And we do it all according to the scriptures. You understand? We ain't out here doing with things illegal. Ain't nobody gonna infiltrate us because we follow what the Lord says. You understand? So let's get right, man. Now we in the time, we gotta be consistent. We gotta endure to the end, and we gotta take this serious, man, because we want the kingdom. I was gonna go into how the kingdom was described and everything about it and how it looks, just the streets of gold, and just think about having riches in the kingdom. Just thinking about not being the least in the kingdom, just being able to live abundantly, live how we want. We can get grills, whatever kind of diamonds and stones we want in it. We can have swingers and we can poke all the way. Ain't gonna be no law on how much we can poke. On the streets gonna be so wide, we could just you know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta worry about that. The laws that's here that's restricting us from being Black like we want to, we ain't gonna have those laws in the kingdom. You understand? But we will have anti-white laws. We will have laws that restrict the other nations from doing what they normally do, like eating bats and rats. We will have those laws in place. But for us who we are, we're gonna live good in the kingdom. Now, if that ain't what y'all want, then continue doing what you're doing. Get that crown. All right, make sure you ain't good. So with that, make sure you pay your tithes to the men of the Lord in the I.S.U.P.K, www.ISUPK.com. Click the donation link. If you have an Android, you can download the I.S.U.P.K app. Unfortunately, I crossed over to the dark side and I got an iPhone too, but I still got my Android, so I still have the Android app. Make sure you go ahead and pay your tithes. If we are in a perilous time, you understand, if you need resources, you have food in your home, you make sure you get with me at the class. In times like these, Commander General YAHANNA is here for his people.
Right.
Everybody like to criticize him. You pay your tithe. Like, you give your tithes to the church. The church has accumulated, Christianity has accumulated over $700 billion in 40 years or so, 50 years or so. You understand? Commander General YAHANNA don't even get a micro fraction of that. And guess what he's doing? He's feeding our people in times of need. He's making sure we don't have no homeless people, you understand, in I.S.U.P.K. Like, that's what a real leader do. So I'm happy to pay my tithes to Commander General YAHANNA, and you should too. www.ISUPK.com, click the donate link, do what you gotta do, you know what I'm saying? With that, I'm gonna pass the class over to Trooper.
Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from their head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment from the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew, Ma'asharah, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to Treasury Department or teach. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations is the Passover, which is postponed until further notice. From the book of Exodus, chapter 12, verses 1 through 51. In the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verses 4 through 5. The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 5, verses 7 through 8. And the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 30, verse 17. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pant, headband, and scarf. And these are the security announcements.
Both sides Christ. With that, imagine, it means to stand. Sar, it means turn face to east. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer first in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Wadash, I.S.U.P.K, Yahau, Malakuka, Aba'a, Batazaka, Ayat Noah, Kawawat Noah, Kasalak Noah, Kawawat Noah, Wala'a, Aba'i Noah, Batasai Wan, Hawashai Noah, Ayan, Ra, Kaya, Baka, Amalakwat, Wahala, Wahatapara, I will love you, Aman. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Sorry. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the men of Israel. Madim Shabbat, Majim, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabbat, that's a Matah. Sorry. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Madim Shabbat, Majim, Barak, Yahweh Shemah Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Yazamata. Dismiss.